Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the House Witch Tarot. It is Saturday, May 3rd. I apologize if you hear a bunch of background noise. I have my window open because it's like a nice day. It's gray, it's cool, hence I'm in a long sleeve shirt, but it's not raining, so I just wanted some like airflow in my room, which is always nice. And then completely unrelated to tarot, it is the 20th anniversary of From Under the Cork Tree, which is why I'm wearing my Fall Out Boy shirt. I know this is not an Under the Cork Tree shirt, right? I gotta work with what I have, but it's a very exciting day. They're absolutely one of my favorite bands, if you can't tell by all the stuff happening back here. So because it's a like super fun day, a lot going on, just switch up. I'm also changing up the deck that I'm using. So I am borrowing from my friend the Accurate AF Tarot, and it's round. It looks like the moon. It's kind of like the moon cycles on here almost, and the artwork is very pretty, so I will definitely show you guys that after I finish pulling cards. And I do like these cards too because it just gives you 1 to 2 quick words about what the card means, which I've seen another deck going around, like a starter deck with a lot of information like that, which is super cool. But if you just want to be able to like glance, I think these are a really good option too. I have no idea where she got them, but if you would like to know, I will ask and I will let you know in the comments as well. 2 cards have already fallen out today, which is giving major arcana energy. So I'm just still shuffling a little bit to see if there's anything else coming through that's going to like clarify the last part of the message, maybe add to it, and see where we go from there. So give me 1 second and I will get back to everybody. Okay guys, so here is what's going on today for Saturday, and I think this kind of makes sense again with the morning that I've had, with the weather that's going on, which I know is not equivalent to what everyone else is experiencing. I just do think that that sort of makes an impact because it's where I am and it's the energies that I'm picking up. So the first is actually the Chariot reversed, and here you can see it's represented by like a magic carpet essentially going through the mountains. Chariot usually is like onward, forward, good things coming. I think some of you have started to doubt not only the direction that you are going in, but whether or not you are ever going to get there, which is totally fine. That feeling is totally valid. I think a lot of people, especially that I've been talking to lately, are starting to try and figure out if what they're doing right now is really what they want to be doing, right? Is that where they really want to be? And so coming up with the idea to shift, to look at something else that you're not used to, right? Like maybe you've been on a path that you feel like, oh, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is what everyone says is the right thing, but it doesn't feel right to you. That's scary. So you start to have these doubts, like maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I shouldn't listen to my gut. Maybe my gut is wrong. And I don't believe that, because what follows by, hang on, there's a plane coming. That's so random. That like never happens here. So maybe some of you are going on a trip. I don't know. Maybe some of you are questioning like a move or whatever, but I think that that's a sign that you need to like get up and go. Okay, so the second card that came out is actually the Fool. And here on this card, by comparison to the one that I showed yesterday, you have a woman in a veil who is like doing a balancing act here. And I think that this is so important because the Fool represents blindness, right? Like I talked about yesterday, leaping without looking, completely new beginnings. So the fact that you're distrusting a new situation, the Fool is here to tell you to just go with it, leap forward, see what happens. This is obviously a little bit like more mysterious than the typical Fool card. But I definitely think that that just adds to kind of maybe the feeling you have with the Chariot, right? Is simply that it is foggy. You don't know, like maybe you're again, think of this analogy, you're jumping down off of something, but you can't quite see the bottom. There might be mist, it might be dark. That doesn't mean that it's not the move that you need to make. And interestingly enough, the card that came out behind it is the 9 of Cups in reverse. So this is like a really great sign of celebration when it's right side up, but upside down, it doesn't mean bad things. It still means that there's something here, and I'm going to get the card a little bit closer so you can see it, but there's still something here to celebrate. There's still a happiness on the other side. But I think because it's a new situation, I think because it's unknown, you still have like a, but will it be? But will it be okay? But will it be the right thing for me? But will I be able to celebrate? But will people cheer me on? And the answer is yes. But I have to be honest, I don't know that it's going to be the same people that you've been interacting with or who have been cheering you on right now. Because sometimes people, they can't see a vision because they don't have it. So if you really feel something in your gut that you're like, I got to make this change, whether that's, again, something as basic as taking care of your health in a different way. Maybe you, like me, you come from a family that does not abide by mental health, that you grew up in a place that was like, don't go to therapy. Therapists just steal your money. They don't know what they're talking about. You might need therapy and you have to go off and do that. And it's going to help you. And at the end of the day, you have to do the things that are going to help you. I don't know, maybe your background is, everyone like pushes themselves every day to failure in the gym, super woke, super, buffed out. And you're just like, my body can't take this anymore. I don't want to do this. I want to change up what I'm doing. I want to go from lifting weights 7 days a week in the gym to actually doing, I don't know, like Pilates 3 days a week instead, which might sound like really small to some of you, but that's a huge change to other people. So whatever it is that you are considering or going back and forth with, I say this all the time, you can always change your mind. So I highly recommend that you go forward. You try the thing that feels very scary right now. Sorry, the cat's running around. Try the thing that feels very scary right now, and it might not be so scary when you do it. Or maybe you give it 6 months or a year and you realize this really didn't come out the way that I thought it was going to. I'm going to try something else. And that's just as good. It is still validating. It does not mean you failed. It doesn't mean that you don't know what you're talking about. It doesn't mean that you didn't get more educated on something. It just means plans change. Your thoughts and feelings and goals change, as they should. We're humans. Wow, this one like really revved me up today, guys. So I hope you hear my heart on that. I'm not trying to purposefully yell at anybody, but I do want you to really like dig deep and start trusting yourself, your intuition, and not just relying on the voices around you, because the voices around you aren't living your life. They're not in your body. They're not paying your bills. They don't have to sit in the same traffic that you do, right? Like it's just a lot. So, do with that information what you will, like I always say, and I will talk to you tomorrow.